Just one man, just one moment, just one action. I'd like to ask everyone who's listening a question, and I request that you don't answer with the usual response. FFA members, why are we here? I don't mean to practice brotherhood or honor agricultural opportunities. I mean, why are we sitting here today? I'm not asking for your purpose, but your past. When you look back, is there one major event or person that left such a large impact on your life that it feels as though they shaped your whole future? For me, that was something as simple as my advisor taking a few extra hours out of his day, his life, away from his family to make sure that I was as prepared as I could be for my first speaking competition. I'm here today because of so many points that all connect me to this organization. My family, my friends, my drive to be a part of something bigger than myself. One of those points is sitting right over there. My greatest influencer, my mom. You see, she has been through more hardships in her life than anyone I've ever known. At age 16, she was diagnosed with cervical cancer, but she fought it. At 18, she lost her fiancé in a boating accident, and yet she never gave up hope. Later on, tragedy would strike again, ovarian cancer. This was after she had met my dad. Doctors told her that they think they caught it in time, but she would most likely never have children. And yet, here I am, a happy accident. She's been homeless, lost her first and second husbands, and worked over 90 hours a week to support her family, and yet she has never once given up. At first, it was for her sake, but then it was for us. Me, my sister, and my brother. Now I'd like to ask you all a favor. I want you to really think about those statements. Think about the things she's been through, but more importantly, think about the things that you've been through. You could say that all of that was horrible, that it would leave nothing but sadness, but that isn't the entire case. The fact of the matter is, she is who she is because of the things that she's been through, and we can say the same for ourselves. I'd like to ask you all for a favor. I want you to stand up if you've ever been greatly affected by a younger sibling. Stay standing. Now, I want you to stand up if you've ever been affected by a younger cousin. Stay standing. Now, stand up if you've been affected by an ag teacher. Look around. You can sit. Our mothers, our fathers, our guardians, they may be the first major influencers in our life, but they're not the only ones. What brought you here today is everyone you stood up for and everyone you didn't. It isn't hard to leave an impact, regardless of whether it's positive or negative. Every interaction you've had in your life has made you who you are today. And vice versa, every time you've interacted with someone else, it's left an impact on their lives. Now, once again, I want you to think back to those moments that made you who you are, those people who helped get you to where you are. The fact of the matter is, we aren't alone. We'll mix and intermingle with others. We'll knock into each other, changing our past, changing our destination. We're not just individuals. Louisiana FFA, we're something else. We're kind of like dominoes. Now, what I mean by that is in the beginning of our lives, we're set up with our whole future ahead of us. But it's not definite. We're set up in this straight line, but along the way, we'll knock into others, causing our paths to change. Our dominoes will mix and intermingle with others more times than we can count. A single intersection can change your destination forever. You're not here just because of you. It could have been a long conversation with a friend, a short advice from a role model, or even just on a whim that made you choose to join FFA or to be here today. But the fact of the matter is, you didn't come here just because of yourself. That, however, does not mean that these collisions will always be positive. I lost my dad when I was 7 years old to a heart attack. He was 34. I remember feeling so much from that point in time, but you never know when your time's going to be cut short. The thing I remember most wasn't all the sympathy, all the "I'm so sorry for your losses." It was the thoughts that I was pushing into my own head. The thought that no matter what I did, I would never make it past this. That there was absolutely nothing I could ever do to have a happy life with my whole family ever again. Imagine if every moment in your life that left a positive impact was gone. Every long, meaningful talk, every short conversation with a brand new friend, and every laugh you've shared with someone else. It's heartbreaking. But now imagine the same was true, except it was every bad moment. All the loss, all the pain, all the tears, gone. Doesn't seem so bad, does it? But the fact of the matter is, we can't erase those moments. And as hard as some of them may have been, we shouldn't want to. Those moments are what made us who we are today, the good and the bad. Every interaction you've had in your life has led you up to this point. We're a product of our own toil as well as the toil of others. We're constantly working towards that next big point. We're constantly trying to find our next big point in life. But that doesn't mean that we can't find ways to do that can't help others. Live your life to where every second that you're alive, your domino is knocking into someone, but it's knocking into someone in a positive way. It's not hard to make that impact. It's not hard to make that step. It's all up to you. Now, think about it. Those impacts might have control over us. Those negative moments might take over who we are. But that's just one small part of your domino's path. Instead of letting those negative impacts have power over us, we should take that power and turn it to the positive. Use the moments that we have to make a positive impact in someone else's life, because you never know when that time's going to be cut short or end. Instead, we know what we can do. We know the power of just one moment of intersecting into someone else's life. The question is, what are we going to do about it? When you face hardship, when you face pain, remember that's only a small part of your domino's path. Turn that pain into purpose. And use that purpose to make a positive impact in someone else's life. But most importantly, don't forget the crashes that made you who you are today. Don't forget the moments. Don't forget the individuals. After this session, in an hour, or even later tonight, I want you to think about all those individuals, all those people that made you who you are today, and thank them. Let them know that you're a better person because they had that impact on your life. Because you never know when that domino is going to fall for the last time. Now, you might still be thinking about my question. Why are we here? Well, Louisiana FFA, I'll give you the shorter answer. I'm here today. You're here today. We're all here today. Not because of ourselves, but because of them.
As the credits all roll down, crying